Well, good Tuesday evening, everybody. This is Arnie, and welcome once again to Arnie's Fantasy World of Sports. I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday afternoon. No afternoon baseball today, so everything that is played is on the night slate, so I've had time to go through and digest and dig in and just see what's going on in the world of baseball. Thank you for joining me this afternoon, and why don't we just dig right in? I tell you what, let's do. Let's go through the standings as we look at things tonight. And here we go. We'll start with the National League. I usually start with my favorite American League, but no, not tonight. We're going to start with the National League. And in the National League East, the Braves at 58-37. They are in Milwaukee tonight. They have a 7.5 game lead over second place Washington in the division. Both the Braves and the Nats have won 8 out of 10. The Braves have won 5 in a row. They have a run differential of 68. Their home record is 28-19. They are 30-18 on the road, so they are better away from Atlanta than they are at home. In Milwaukee tonight, where a lot of runs promise to be scored, typically. And with that 7.5 game lead, winners of 5 in a row, the East, you could write a book, How the East Was Won, right? I guess there was a book just the other direction one time. But that's the way it is. Washington, 7.5 out, winners of 8 of 10. They're in Baltimore playing cross-town American League rival Baltimore. Philadelphia, 9.5 games out. Whew! My, how the mighty have fallen. In third place in the National League East, they've lost 4 out of 10. They lost last night to LA, 16-2. Okay, did you hear that? The Phillies lost at home last night to the Dodgers, 16-2. They're playing again tonight in Philadelphia, and it's like the bottom has fallen out for the Phillies. The Mets are 15 out, and the Marlins 22 out. In the Central Division of the National League, the Chicago Cubs. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a great division. I've told you that all year. I don't have a dog in the fight as far as the team that I root for, but I love watching these teams go back and forth. Once again, from top to bottom, the division is within 5.5 games, top to last. The Cubs, 50-44, lead the Cardinals now by 2 games. The Cardinals have won 3 in a row. They're only 2 games out. They beat Pittsburgh last night 7-0. They're at home again tonight against the Pirates. We're going to talk a little bit more in just a moment about the Redbirds. The Brewers are now 48-47. They've made no moves to improve their pitching. And if they don't improve that pitching staff, guys, they are not going to make the playoffs. 48-47, only 1 game above 500. They have lost 8 of 10 and 2 in a row. And again, as I said, hosting the Braves tonight. The Pirates are 5.5 out. They have lost 4 in a row. What if they'd have won the last 4? They'd be a game and a half out of first place. Wow. 44-49. And the Reds, 43-48. 5.5 games behind the league-leading Chicago Cubs. The Reds are in Chicago tonight. The Pirates are in St. Louis. So you've got 4 of the 5 teams in the Central playing against one another on this Tuesday evening. In the West, the Dodgers, 30 games above 500. Yes, they are. They're 63-33. They've won 3 in a row. Their run differential is 148. They are 37-12 at Dodger Stadium, 26-21 on the road. What a home record. 25 games above 500 when they're playing at Chavez Ravine. Tonight they're at Philadelphia. Last night, no problem there, 16-2 winners. They lead the Diamondbacks in the division by 15 games. The Diamondbacks are at 47-47. A run differential, though, of 50. And I think that's significant because as you look at the National League outside of division leaders, the Arizona Diamondbacks have the greatest run differential at plus 50. Guess who is second outside of the division leaders? The Cincinnati Reds. That's right, plus 36. And Lenny's been saying this. And you guys sometimes listen to us and sometimes you don't, but Lenny's been saying, look out for the Reds. I say it too. I just think that division is up for grabs. I do think the Cardinals and the Cubs are the favorites, but if anyone won the Central, it really wouldn't surprise me. Now, Milwaukee to me and Pittsburgh to me, they've got to make some improvements. The Reds could add a pitcher. The Cubs and Cardinals are best equipped. At any rate, talking about the West, the Diamondbacks at 47 and 47, the Colorado Rockies at 46 and 48. Did you see what the Giants did in a doubleheader yesterday? Okay, so game one, we got to talk about this just a moment. Game one yesterday, doubleheader. You know, the Giants coming in, you got to think, they were thinking, oh my gosh, we got to go into Colorado. We got to play a doubleheader against the Rockies. And game one, 19-2. Yeah, the Giants scored 19 runs in game one against the Colorado Rockies. Brandon Belt 2 for 3. Dickerson 3 for 5. But check out this line for Brandon Crawford. 6 at-bats, 3 runs scored, 5 hits, 8. That's right, 8 RBIs. I read today that he hit more than 20% of his RBIs on the season last night. Yeah, for the whole season. I think he's at 39, and 21% of those were hit last night, 8 in Colorado. So with them winning 19-2, you got to figure game 2 is going to be a shootout too, right? No, not at all. San Francisco shuts down the Rockies. Of course, the Rocky pitchers shut down the Giants too. San Francisco wins game 2 yesterday, 2-1. I bring that up because now the Rockies are 16 out in the division. That's not really the issue. The issue now is the wild card, which I'm turning to right now. When you look at the wild card in the National League, the Washington Nationals lead the wild card. They lead the Cardinals for the second wild card by 2 games. The Cardinals and Phillies are tied for the second wild card, both 2 games above 500. And here it gets really murky. The Brewers are a half a game out of the second wild card. The Diamondbacks 1 game out of the second wild card. The Rockies 2 games out of the second wild card. The Padres 2.5 games out. And here you go. The San Francisco Giants entering play tonight are only 3 games out of the second wild card. They are winners of 8 of 10. They've won 3 in a row. They're in Colorado 2 more games. And so the big question is a lot of talk about them making trades, trading Bumgarner, trading Smith. Do the Giants believe, whether you believe it or not, whether I believe it or not, is not as relevant as what does the Giant ownership believe? Do they believe that the Giants are playoff relevant? And if they are, do we go